stop you there. I keep videotape rolling.
Right.
So if you conduct in that manner, if all of you conduct in that manner where you're 95% of the head is in the score, stay there. 90% of your head is in the score. Okay, so go from the beginning. And pa. We're going to do a diminuendo, right?
Right.
And bam, 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 bi, bam, bi, ba, piano, bam, ba. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3. First violin, 5, 6, 1. Second cello, and then pa, 2 and 3 and pam, 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 pam. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Da dee ba dee and ya da 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 dee ya da 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 ba dee ya da 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 bum ba dee ya da dee da da bum ba do dee ya dee da da bum be yo dee ya dee da da bum ba do dee ya dee da da bum be do dee ya dee. Do di da di da da, bum ba bum bi, bum ba do di da di da, ba di da da di da da di da di da di da di da. Yeah. So you gotta be able to spend all of that introduction more head out of the score. Okay. Your head is too much in the score.
Got it. Yeah.
Right. So if your head is in the score, they're certainly not going to watch you, nor have the confidence that you know the score,
right?
Or will be able to help them come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So James, your level of score knowledge of the score,
not that,
okay,
yeah.
is how much you can look out of the score and look at the orchestra and interact.
Right.
Okay. So I told you many times before, if you go from your study. Score study mode of sitting at your desk looking at the score all the time, and then you don't get used to getting in the podium and then interacting, right? Then you're not going to be able to sever that connection because you don't know the score. You got used to looking at the score all the time.
Yeah.
So in your score study process, you should practice looking at them, and then I got the next 3 bars without having to look down. Right?
Yeah.
We talked about that, yes?
Yeah.
Right? So this interaction between you and the orchestra, you have to make connections with people. So if you're doing that all the time like this, you're not going to be able to make any connection. Right? Yeah. So all of you need to be head out of the score and be able to go on conducting a phrase, 4 bars, 3 bars, at least a bar before looking down. But right now what's happening, James, is you're looking down the whole time.
Right.
Okay, that cannot be. All right? Okay, so you've got to be able to know the score well enough. You don't have to look at the score the 90% of the time. Go ahead and use the score, absolutely.
Right.
But you have to have it so that you're spending half the time looking at the orchestra. Okay, that's a bare minimum, everybody. If you're spending less than half the time looking at the orchestra, you don't know it well enough.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. You're like 96% looking at the score.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Let's do it again with the music. second. Look at your pulse, how even it is. It's all of the map right now. 3 and 1. 1. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Bump bar. Pay attention to the bass and horn. Okay, so let's have another person up on just the intro. So let's have everybody do the intro. Okay, all right. Nico up. Okay, right? Yeah. Is that height okay? Is it too low?
That's good.
Okay.
I do plan to have my baton though.
Okay.
Like it's okay to use that, right?
You want to use the baton?
Or, yeah, that.
Okay. All right. So there, I know sometimes it's hard to conduct a recording and they're not being consistent with the amount of rest, and they're kind of not being consistent at that bar. The second bar, bum, bum, 5, 6, 1. Second beat is way early, okay? So you have to kind of adjust, but then you have to know that client comes in, what beat?
Second.
But you are off that whole time until this bar, right? So you are, they were early, and then you just kind of still went with 4, 5, 6, even though they were early, a beat early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Are they also, it feels like they have a retardando sometimes?
They are, yeah. They're doing a big retardando before the fortissimo bar.
Yeah.
Okay? So whatever recording you're using, you have to know what they're doing. So that's why I'm having all of you kind of conduct so that we kind of realize what they're doing and be able to adjust. Okay? But just going back to the first page, okay? The difference between the two fermata bars, right? the first one is without time, right? 9 beats, but there's no time. The second one is time.
Yes.
So you can't sort of just hold it, right? So the second one, ta, 2, 3, pam, pam. So it cannot feel like a fermata.
Okay.
There's no fermata there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's none.
Okay. So do that. Okay. Turn the page before that fortissimo. Because this is what happens when you're conducting. Okay.
I'll have to see the video.
Yeah. You went fermata, and then and then you went, right? So as if but that's a totally different feel. So I would, and you have to kind of plan this out, everybody. You have to turn out your page turns, so the page turns don't throw you off or make you choose an interpretation that's not correct. Okay, so go from you've already turned the page. Actually, let's just go from kind of sing through the first page. Let's do it together so you can compare the video. Okay. Ready and pa, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pam, pam, 5. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Piano. Bum, bum. 2, 3. Oboe. 5, 6, 1. Bassoon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. D3. First, 5, 6, 1. Second, cello, 4, 5, 6. Pam, 2, 3, and pam, 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 beam, pam, 5, 6, 1. Body, doo, da, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and 2. First, yum, bum, be, da, 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 bum, bum, oh, da, da, dee, bum, bum, oh, da, 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 dee, bum, bum, oh, da, da, dee, bum, bum, doo, dee, da. Hang on. So just do it 3, 2. Just go from together with me. Right? Ready? And look at your beats. Ready? And so your pattern looks like 1, 1, 1. So those half notes have to look like a different beat. Because they're not looking at you the whole time. They're just looking up in the second beat to check if you're on the second beat. So if it doesn't look like the second beat, they're going to be lost.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay? So do a 3 pattern, half notes. 1, 2, 3. So your 1 and 3 look too similar. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Make sense?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Gotta get that.
So let's do it with music.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, I just gotta remember to do the turn page.
Yes. And difference between 2 fermatas. It can't be still. It has to be some sort of diminuendo. That's piano. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1. Second cello. 4, 5, 6. And 2, 3. And 6, 1. Body, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. simple. 3 and 1. If you want to do a subdivision of 3, you can make it small. 2.
Is it because it's
3.
piano sorting?
Oh, well. 2, 3, and 1. Are you all thinking 16th note and second of violas? We can't hear it in the recording, but you got to be thinking. And 1. Bumpy, bum bum. Hang on. So that bar, that hemiola, right? Da da di da 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 di da 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 di da, right there, right? So can you all sing it and conduct it? Ready? And da 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 di 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 da da di da do di do di da. Right? Do it in slow motion. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1 da 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 di 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 da da di da do di da. Yeah? You got to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's really confusing for the orchestra if you can't do that hemiola correctly. Okay? You can't go da 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 da. They'll fall apart if you do that. Right? So and 1 da 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 di 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 da da di da do di da. Okay, all right, good.
Can you cue the cello for you like when they?
Somewhere in your body, you gotta be paying attention to that. Yeah. Okay, but they're already playing, so right, so yeah. Yeah. Okay, ciao. Let's do the intro again. Are you going? Or you want to use this? Doesn't matter. Whatever is easier. Yeah, you can use the
So we needed to print it, but then I've been like just using this. So, it's like,
So the only thing is, for the iPad, you have to tap it every page.
yeah.
But that's
And
the only
this-
thing.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to print it, but like all my notes
Yeah.
are in here right now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll print it with my notes, so
Yeah.
I don't have to do it
Okay.
again.
Just the other day, I was in rehearsal,
Mhm.
and my iPad, I looked up, I had 45 minutes of rehearsal left, and I had 7% battery.
Oh no.
So I had to run up and get my paper copy. Because what are you going to do?
Oh no.
Sorry, my battery ran out. See you next week? No, you can't do that.
5-minute break.
Okay. Sorry now. Don't forget the timpani there. important. Good, good. So, Charlotte, one of the things I want you to be careful of, your stand is such that you have to kind of do this, right? It's really high.
Yeah.
So I would not recommend, unless you have to be able to see the score, right? So I find the ideal height for the stand for me is if I have to, if any, like my 90 degree is getting in the way of the stand, that's too high, right? But if I have to do anything like this where I have to turn the page and I have to do something to reach the turn of the page, it's too far down, right? So ideally, it should be somewhere where I'm up higher, where it doesn't get in the way of my conducting arm, right? But I can tap the page without really changing anything in the upper body. Does that make sense?
So this would be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The iPad is really advantageous because you can just tap it without having to actually grab the page and turn it. But the downfall is it only has one page at a time.
Yeah.
So you have to, every page you have to do something. Okay, so just that's the pro and con of paper versus iPad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
All right.
I'll decide. I have a question. Like, how would you show this when you're doing it?
Yeah.
Because
so,
you're in one.
Yeah. So when you have, we talked about this a little bit last time, of any emphasis or sforzando or forte piano on the third beat, right? It has to be about where your ictus is emphasized. Okay.
At the start,
So if you have a sforzando on the downbeat, right? Bam, bam, right? You can sort of stay on the bottom. Okay. If it's on the third beat, you have to kind of hit the bottom, first beat ictus quickly, and then stay up. One, da, ba, ba.
Okay.
Okay. So it's that taking the down on beat, off beat idea. So if everything is on the beat, ta, 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 ta. If everything is off beat, ba, 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 ba. Right? So instead of equal offbeat, onbeat, it's three parts, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So ba, ba, ba. So it's a little more violent of a stop. So if it's, look at the difference. This is third beat sforzando. Ba, 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 and then dotted quarter, okay? Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. So it's less violent, but it still stops on up.
Okay.
Okay. Where it's on the beat, pa, pa, pa. So if you stop on the bottom, nobody mistakes it as an off beat. But if you go, ah,
Then they'll know it's
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Beatrice? first page, okay, everyone, you need to have some sort of sense of this part is a fermata and this is a diminuendo. You can't sort of just hold it and then, because they won't really do anything. So I would start up a little bit higher or wider. So pam, and then through the 9 beats, you sort of gently get a little bit softer. Okay, but it's not a piano. So if you go like this, then that'll be too soft, right? So ta, and then just look at the hand. So I'm in my head thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ba. Make sense?
Yeah.
So my cutoff is in tempo, not da, but already ta, ta, pa, bum, ba. So that third beat, okay, we can decide to actually show a 6 beat, or you can just be brave and go ya ta 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 ta, okay, or be less courageous and go bum ba. That's the least courageous, because you're not trusting the orchestra to subdivide four eighth notes, right? So bam, bam, bum ba, right? Fight that temptation to go bum ba, right? So I would, if you can, keep it simple, right? But if you've been doing this, bam, bam, that's not going to work, right? So if you show 1 and 2 and 5, bam, ba, you have to show the quarter note. But if you've been doing ta, ta, bum, bi, they can do the subdivision. But if you did quarter, 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 and you all of a sudden go, then that is not going to work. Does that make sense? Yeah.
If you want to use both hands for the start,
Yeah.
the fermata, but then when you cut them off, you leave your left hand down for the thumb. Is that weird?
If you feel weird, it'll be weird.
Okay, but you just do it.
Just do it, and it's totally fine, and then there'll be no problem.
Okay.
But if you're in your own head thinking, that felt weird, then it's gonna everybody go, yeah, that's weird.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this is the secret of conducting. So much of it is fake it until you make it. Okay. If you get the sense, I used to have a little bit of, maybe I have a beginning of Parkinson's, but if I'm not careful, my baton hand starts shaking. Okay? So in order to not do that, what I have to do is I have to slowly move it. If I slowly move it, the shake goes away. If I am still, ta, it'll start shaking. It's the weirdest thing. But if I start moving it ever so slightly, then I can take out the shaking. And if I think of something musical, like a musical phrase, then it goes away. But if I'm focused on don't shake, for God's sake, don't shake, it'll start shaking. Right? So if you think, that's weird, it'll be weird. Okay? If it's supposed to be there, holding a sound, and it's doing a purpose, it won't be weird. They'll go, oh, that looks beautiful. That makes musical sense. But if you go, in that moment, you've taken them out of the music, and they'll go, yeah, that's weird. Make sense?
And me too, probably.
Yes. So much of what we do, you have to feel comfortable in the most uncomfortable situation. Think about it. Everyone's looking at you going, what are you going to do now? That is the most unnatural way to make music. Okay? But in that setting, if you make it about, I hope my hair is in the right place, right? So you have to focus on your only tool, which is the music. How can I show that next phrase more clearly? So focus on that, and then everything else will fall into place. Okay? All right. So that fermata in the beginning, it has to have that sense of whatever image you want, like huge granite. Okay? The granite is not going to go like that. Big granite, you're just going to hold it for 9 beats, and then it just gradually goes into the distance. And then back to focus. Pa, pa. So let's do it together, right? It's a little high. We'll go up. Yeah, I would sit a little higher, and then you can kind of bring it down to the center. Pa, pa, pi. You have to move a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Just slow down a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. 3, on that bar, and 1. Don't forget the horns. After the second bar, the oboe kind comes in. 1. And then there's a weird horn thing on the end of 4. Bumpy. Bum, bumpy. 1. 1. Ba. So right there, everybody. In that bar, where the cellos and basses have that ya-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa, instead of having a ya-pa-pa, ya-pa-pa, you might choose to go ya-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa, and sort of focus on that if they're not together. So that's one of the things you can show, right? So you can kind of go back and forth of ya-da-dee, ya-da, this sort of upbeat, right? Pa-dee-ya-da, bo-dee-ya-da, pa 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 pi, ta 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 ti, ta 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 ti, ta 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 ti ta ta, pa pa pa, pi pi pi, pa pa pa. Right? Because you have to show that 5 bars without crescendo, pa pa pa, very very stable, and then 4 bars, however many bars are crescendo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bars are crescendo. Right? So being able to pace that out, it might be a good idea to, instead of doing ya-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa all the way, there, ya-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa. Then you start the crescendo for 12 bars. Right? Okay? All right. Can you just stay there and do from the allegro? Okay, we'll do everybody. Okay? We don't have time. Okay, so.
Stay here.
Wait, is that summertime?
Yeah.
What time is it now?
It's 2:53.
Yeah, we have time, right?
Yes.
Good, okay. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to stay there. Yeah. Also, don't forget these horns there, because they come in a weird place, right? And oftentimes they're lost, right? One. And 1. Leans the crescendo. Da dee da. Ya pa pa. Pa pa pa. Stay on the drum. Pa pa pa. Pi pi pi. Pi pi pi. pa pa po, beats, beats. 1, 2. So here, you have to show different things, right? So big things you gotta show, right? Timpani entrance is pretty big, right? That's what this amount, right? So he's just been kind of waiting, and then 1, ba, da, 1, right? So show that. Da ya da dum bim bum bum bim bum ba. That is everybody's playing that. So you gotta have something bigger than in your gesture, and that'd be a great place to use both arms. Yeah. Ta-ya-dum bum bim bum bim bum bum. Ta-ya-dum bum bim bum. So maybe your left hand is tied to the triplets and the timpani, right? So instead of ba-ya-dum bum bim, so 1. Ba-ya-dum bum bim bum bum bim bum ba. Da-ya-da-da-da-da-da. Bum bim ba-dum bum ba. Okay? And also, just practice showing just the first line. Bum, beep, ba, ba, beep, ba, 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 beep. Da, ya, da, da. So it's all been separate, and then all of a sudden, ya, da, ya. There'll be something connected there. Right? So your body looks a little bit more like what they're doing. When the basses are ya, ba, 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 ba. Right? And then there are four bars of repeated C's. Ya-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. You can do ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Yeah? Some kind of increase in tension. Right? Here, when you have dum, bum, bum, bee, ba, ba, yum, bum, bum, ba. Right? So this part, you gotta have something that increases the strength and tension. Right? Because everybody's playing that quarter notes. Right? So it can't be sort of a yum, bum, beam, bum, 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 ba. Yum, bum, beam, yum, bum, bum, ba. Something more sustained. You stay on the beat. Yum, bum, bum, ba. Rather than yum, bum, bum, ba. It's a little bit less intentional than yum, dun, dun, da. Make sense? Okay. So one of the things, Beatrice, you have to do, did you know Leonard Bernstein was only 5'6"? He was tiny. No one realizes that because he looked like a giant when he was conducting, right? In fact, Nico, you're going to have a challenge. It's harder for taller people to actually use their full wingspan because it's so large, okay? So you have to think about projecting your aura a little bit larger, right? So right now it's our very polite Beatrice, right? But here you cannot be that. You have to be projecting something much bigger, right? So it comes kind of starts from your stance, right? If you have anything like this, everybody, that's sort of like in your please don't beat me up stance, okay? So you have to have something that's fully planted, right? Not like this. That'll keep you off balance. Like, push me over. I have no way of if my feet are together. Okay, now try it. Stronger. If you're planted, you can't do that. But if you're this way, then you'll be off balance very easily. Does that make sense? Right? So about shoulder height, right? As if you're going to do a deadlift or lift something massively heavy, right? Yum bum bum ba da ti da dee da. My habit is I'm a walker on the podium. I'm constantly walking towards a section, so that diminishes my ability to focus the power. Okay, so see if you can do this passage, feet fully planted, right? It's like an oak tree. Okay, and say something. Ta! Say something fortissimo. Say it out loud.
Ta.
Great, that was like a mezzo piano. Yeah.
Ta.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I now di da 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 di da 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 dum dum ba. Ba 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 bi ba 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 bi ba ra ba yum bum bum ba. Ba 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 bi ba 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 bi ba Pa pa yum bum bum ba. Yeah. So something like that, or something that increases energy during those quarter notes. Okay. Could you go from these woodwind second beat quarter notes? Do you see that, everybody? On that page. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. How do you show that? Now that's one way. Okay. Another way is just show it too. Ba, 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 ba. You might have to do that if they're late. Yeah. Okay. Later. Let's just conduct this. And. Yum bum, ba bum bum. Stay at the bottom. And yum bum, ba dum bum. So there, you can choose to just say yum bum, ba dum bum, or yum bum, ba bum bum. You can do that as well. Okay? But it has to be maximum contrast to piara. That's the woodwind stuff. Right? So that's very fluffy and light. That's up here. Ba-dora, piara, yum bum, ba-dum bum. So it's heavy. It's not going to be yum bum, ba-dum bum. That doesn't make sense. Right? So something is heavy. Yum bum, ba-dum bum. Right? Yum bum, ba-dum bum. Piara, tiara, yum bum, ba-dum bum. Turara, tiara. Make sense? Okay. All right, somebody else. James.
Or I can just look at that.
Just go there. Right. 1, 2, 3, Yum bum, ba-dum bum. Yum bum. Yum bum, ba-dum bum. Forte, fortissimo, timony. Bum B, and. Okay, hang on. So right here. What kind of beat would be fitting? The kind that goes up, the one that just stays down.
Stays down.
Stays down. Right? Yeah. And then right before that, you have this figure. These forzandos on the third beat, right? Forte, fortissimo, 1, da, 1, ba, 1. So that's the spot where you go 1, ba, 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 bing, ba, yum, right?
So where is it again?
So we're gonna go
Where's the off beat you're talking about?
What?
Where's the off beat you're talking about?
foot sounds on the end of the note. Yum bum, ba-dum bum. Yum bum, ba-dum bum. Light, fluffy. Back to heavy. Yum bum, ba-dum bum. Light. Not a lot of rebound. Rotismo, timpani, and. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Pa, pia, pa, pia, ya. Pum, pa. Okay, this bar with a pum, pa, right? It's another where you have the third beat forte, right? So it's not a down beat. It's not a down beat.
Right.
It's a one pum pa.
Right. One.
Pum. Because if you just show on pum pa, it's just like that moment where you're showing pum pa. Okay. So just like the beginning where we don't show pum pa, here one pum pa.
Right.
Okay. Make sense?
Yeah.
When the second violin is coming, bam, right? That second violin entry, you got to show.
Got it.
Okay? Because they're not securing that entry. Right? Let's go back a little bit. And one. Second. Pa, ti, pa, ti, pa, ti. For the piano. Bass, boom. Or one, bum, ti. Bass. Bum, bum. And bum, ti.
Oh, I don't do that. Sorry.
Toe bass. Yeah, here everybody. So this cello line, this is not a, that's not the case, really intense. So, and, it's much more lateral, horizontal line. Right? It's right? So they're playing like this. So what you do is emulate what they're doing both ways. One. Okay?
Right.
You go. First, ya, fortissimo, timpani, ya, and. So, I'm going to touch your hands, okay? Yeah. One, ba. Do you feel that? So, one, da. Now you keep moving. So you want to stop momentarily to get that short sound though. One, Make sense? Okay. Everybody, can you do that? So, do a few bars where there's no accent short sound on the third beat. So, pa, da, pi. One, ba, di, da, one. Then yum, so in that so dead stop. So if you go yum, oh you missed it. So bum, okay. Bum. Stay down. Shadow. Ti. Ya. Pa. And one. One. Ya. And pa. Pi. One, bum, beat. Bass, horn. One, bum, beat. Horizontal. And one. Okay, here, right here, everybody. It's a really tricky spot. When the first silence of the pianist wrote da 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 right there, the winds are often a little bit late, so you have to be there. Pa pa pa. Otherwise, da 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 will be later. Pa. So don't think about showing the first silence. Go to the pa pi pa. So there's no mistaking they'll be late. Okay, one more time right there. Yeah, Nico, here, when we have ta-dee-da-da-da, you don't want any sense of action there, right? No emphasis. Right, so that wa-da-da-ya-da-da, pum-dee. Okay? Yeah. Pa. Pa. Bi. Pa. No, you gotta practice it, Nico. Because you're not. That hemiola, right? It's the same as the beginning of the allegro, right? But there's an extra bar, right? So instead of da 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 da, there's a di da di da da ba da da di da 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 di 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 da da di da. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, let's do that together. We'll go right from the beginning of that page, right? Ready, and ba-da-dee-da-da, da-da-dee-da-da, 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 ba-ee-ya-ro, do-am-pa-ee, do-ee-ya-ra-dee-ya, do-da-da-ro, bam-ee-ya-ro, da-dee-da. Okay, all right, let's do it again. That'll be winds. Bam, bam, bam. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 5. Da. Okay. This is a really tricky spot because the winds are on the second beat. And it can trick you into, oh, maybe that's an downbeat. Okay? And that's where, actually, look at the bass line and the wind parts. They're all lining up on beat 2, and often this is not together at all. So when that is happening, you got to throw 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah? But after that, you know, da 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 ya da da dee da 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 da. So you got to really feel that. Okay? All right. Let's do that one time. This is a really hard spot. Violoncello. Winds. B. 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 I would not do the second beat, keep doing it that way, because pretty soon, everybody go, wait, which one's a downbeat, right? So make sure, maybe 2 or 3, ba, and they'll get it, and then then don't do it anymore. Okay? All right. Okay. Charlotte.
Where we go?
From the cello. One more.
Here?
More.
Goes here.
More. Keep going. Here.
From here?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, from where we left off. Got you.
And bumpy. Bass. Solo bass. Niendo. Crescendo. Winds. Ba. One, two. 1, 2. So in that moment,
Yeah.
great thing to do with your left hand, right, with the timpani, is just go ta ya ra pa pi ra pa pa. Look, instead of going ta ya ra pa pi, which is less powerful, ta ya ra pa pi ra pa po pa pi. And that looks so authoritative, right? Timpani is like, yeah, that looks right. But if you go, somehow it's a little bit less. So save your left hand to do something specific.
Okay.
Okay? If you don't, left hand will start just kind of following the right hand without much meaning. That's the worst case scenario because nobody's looking at it anymore. Okay? So, but as long as maybe once every 8 bars, 12 bars, you're giving it a very specific job. Timpani entry. Okay? Or the fortissimo. Okay? Or diminuendo. Or I'm going to just hold the sound. You can do it for soft things as well. Okay? But try having different exercises where you're thinking about, of course, the pulse is important, but what you're doing left hand wise, like in time but not with pulse. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So not like this, but ta ya ram bum pi ram bum pu ram bum pi han ti ram tan to. So it feels natural. It's not getting in the way of mixing signals of two tempos, because if you're giving instead of da ya ra pa, like da ya ra pa, what half do you just go with your left hand? That's a disaster. So whenever you and this is a difficult, challenging thing of left hand independence, to show something absolutely in time but without the pulse all the time. That's hard. Yeah, because it just I'm going to do what the right hand is doing, because you're focused on having the right tempo, right? So the danger is, stop moving. So da ba, right? If you can do that without the beat showing in the left hand, that's worse. Okay, so have it there. And have it be able to just be steady, and then cut off in time, and off. And 1. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'll send the video. It's a long video, so I'll stop the video.
Stressed out.
Ah!